Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. Awesome. Welcome, 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 everybody. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Delia Campoverde. I am a bronze director in Team Gavi Espino as part of the Revolution. I am an Ecuadorian American. I live in New York, and I have been with pharmacy for 2 years now. I have a full-time job. I work for a bank. I work from like 8 to 8 sometimes. And then on the rest of my spare time, I dedicate it to my passion, which is growing my business, this business that you guys have joined and have started. So I'm very excited to welcome you today. I'm going to share my screen. So bear with me. Okay, perfect. Let me just move you guys out of here. All righty. So I want to see on the chat how many of you guys are new. If you can just drop a little one there so I can see. I want us to interact. I want us to be, I'm just very excited because today we are officially welcoming you to our organization, to the revolution. Today you didn't just start a business. Today you made a decision, the decision to believe in yourselves, because this business isn't just about selling products, as you all know. It's about building something much greater than that. It's about creating options for yourself. It's about creating that life that you truly deserve. And the revolution represents freedom, represents the growth, represents community. It started with six women that decided to make a change the face of this industry. And speaking of that, let's talk about the industry that you just joined. Now, let me make sure that this is working. Okay. Network marketing. So I don't know how familiar you guys are, if we have anybody that's very new to the network marketing industry, or if we have people that have switched from other companies. But the network marketing industry is an industry that has created millions of entrepreneurs worldwide and has given the opportunity to millions of people to actually create incomes of 6 and 7 figures, right? It allows anyone to build a business. Why? Because there's no storefront, there's no employees, there's no large investments. The entry barrier is very low. But most importantly, because this industry has something that very few other industries and other businesses have. And it's the ability and the potential to earn that residual income. Okay. So like, do we have anybody like show me, like, give me a number one or a thumbs up if you guys know what residual income is, if you guys knew that this was part of our network marketing, of the network marketing industry, or if you had those questions about it, like, I don't really understand it. I know that I joined the business to like sell products, but I don't know so much what this residual income is about. Well, guys, today we're going to learn. So there's basically the two ways to make money with pharmacy, right? You join pharmacy and we earn money in two different ways. First, the direct sales, which is the straightforward way. This is what we know. We have a product, you buy the product at a discount, you sell them at the retail price, and then you generate that immediate profit, right? Or you share your link and they purchase it directly on your website, and then you get that 50% commission. That's your active income. There's nothing like different about that. That's straightforward sales that you can generate through sharing your experience with your products. Now you also have the opportunity to create that residual income. So the company also rewards you for inviting others to the business, for inviting other people to not only learn about the business, but to grow and develop that business. When you're creating leaders, the company pays you and they start to pay you for the volume that your organization or your team generates. Okay. So the more people you invite or the more people you refer, and that they sell products and that they build their own organizations, you're going to earn volume. You're going to earn money on that volume. All right. That is called residual income. It's that income that you're getting when you're not, just for helping others do the same thing, right? That's Some people call it passive income. I wouldn't say it's necessarily passive income, but because you are working and you are helping those people develop develop the organizations, grow their businesses. You are like you are becoming when you become a leader, you help others become leaders as well. So now going a little further into your business, right? At pharmacy, we have a point system. Okay. 1 point, and I'm gonna go very like high level because I want you to just be introduced to the concept and you're slowly gonna understand it. The more that you gonna get that you get involved, you're gonna understand it, you're gonna understand it better. Okay. But we're gonna start with the basics. 1 point is $110. Okay. To calculate the points, you're gonna take the price of an item that you are selling and you're gonna divide it by 110. So for example, on your starter packages that are $149, you're going to earn approximately 135 points. Now, why are the points important? Because right here, this is going to be your go-to. This is like your everyday go-to. You're probably and eventually you're going to know this by heart, but this is going to be your go-to card because in order to build that residual income or in order to continue earning and growing your business, you are going to have to unlock certain levels. How do you unlock these levels? So the more people that you invite and the more that your team grows and generates, you're going to have the opportunity to earn between 3 and 25% of that volume. Okay. And you unlock that volume in stages. So, for example, to unlock that 3%, you need 200 points. Okay. Which is about let's say around 240, 250, $250 in sales or consumption. Okay. Remember that all of these things can be, you do not have to only um, buy and consume. You could earn your volume by selling or by consuming. So depending on what your objectives are, right? Or by purchasing for direct sales. Okay. This we're talking about the volume at the moment. All right. So when you have 200 points in your group volume, you will at that point start earning that 3% of that volume. Okay. And you will start to unlock it dependent that as you go up the scale, right? So now, as you know, as you grow up the scale, you start to also unlock ranks. When you start unlocking these ranks, that's when all the fun benefits uh, start, right? The ones that we told you about during the opportunity call. And for that, like for example, the first rank that you unlock is the virtual manager, which is really like your director. But as you know, in order to receive the bonuses for each rank that you unlock, you have to be in that rank or in that title for 3 consecutive months. Now, I'm sorry, I just realized that this card is in Spanish, like the parts over here, but this is title, this is bonus level, group volume, lateral points, legs, which is actually in English, and then your title points. Okay, you will understand this, the more as you go deeper into your business. Okay, but I want you to know and understand that for you to unlock that first level, that director level, you have to reach that 25%. You have to uh you have to produce 5,000 points, 5,000 volume points. Okay, which is around 500 in sales. Okay. um and in reality, all right, let's go back. Let's go even more basic, right? 5,500 is your 5,000 points. But if you're selling retail, that would be 11,000 in sales, right? Because you earn half of that. All right. So if you're not like, give me a one if you're getting this. I don't want to sound or make it any complicated. I want to make sure that everybody that leaves from here at least gets the basic knowledge, because you trust me, you will get this and you will love this, because this is really the key to building that business and start making that check larger and larger. Okay. So to those of you that are on the Zoom, if you can give me a little indication that you guys are getting what we're talking about, like if you can say, you can just type a number one, or yes, thank you, Jeanette. Thank you so much. Yes. Okay, perfect. So we're going to continue, right? Um, this is going to be again, this is your reference card. This here indicates the different levels that you have to reach in order to unlock the different percentages. Okay. So as you unlock, then you that just means that you will be like for example, when you make it to 1400 points, you will be making 15% of that 14 of those 1400 points. Okay. And as you grow in your title, and once you make it to director, then it starts to get a little bit more complex, because then when you're building leaders and they're making it to 18%, then you start unlocking all of those additional leadership bonuses. So I'm not going to talk about that right now in depth, but I wanted you to know that every level unlocks unlocks new awesome stuff. Okay. But the key is for you to understand that this here tells you what those levels are, and what points or what requirements you have in order to reach those levels, those different levels. And just remember, you can earn between 3 to 25% of the entire volume that your team generates and produces. All right, so key business rule: to collect commissions, you must be qualified with a minimum of 125 points, personal points. This is achieved through your personal consumption, your sales, your customers. All right. So if you have 125 active personal points, you can already collect residual income. Okay. So, like in any business, you have to invest in order to make money, right? I usually don't worry about this 125 personal points, because if you're running a business, you want to make more than $125 or $139, which would be the 125 points, right? You don't want to just earn 125 in a month. So this will naturally happen as you start selling, as you start consuming, because you become a product of your product. It will naturally happen, but it's very important to understand that you have to have at a minimum 125 personal volume points in your account. Okay. And you earn the personal volume again through your consumption, through your sales, and through your direct sales, and through your customer sales, meaning through your referral link. Okay. That's what constitutes your PV. Um, why is this important? Because when you're earning that residual income, you know that that reason that everybody gives you, like the first thing that they tell you, or the first thing that you probably thought before joining the business was like, oh no, that's a pyramid scheme. That's what I used to think before I joined pharmacy. I thought this was like, oh my God. But it's not a pyramid. It's multi-level marketing. It's network marketing. So um I'll get to your question in 2 minutes. So the whole point is that we all start in the same place. And the key is that we're all doing our work. So you're not going to have so that doesn't allow you to have a team that is working and that is producing so much, and then you just get the residual income for them. If you're not building your own business, if you're not doing anything, and they're the only ones doing that. That's why, that's what makes it fair business, right? Because you are helping them grow their business, but you're also investing in your business. So it's really important to understand the whys. We have to invest in our business. We have to be a product of our products. So we need to make sure that we are active and that we open the doors. Just like every single day a coffee shop opens their doors, you have to make sure you open the doors of your business every single month and every single day. Okay. So let me get to that question. Um, okay, so something the PV is us buying ourselves when we use customer link. That's them buying from our link with our discount. And how does that work? I don't know if it makes sense. Does everyone have to join to buy, or can they buy through us? That's an amazing question. I love it, because they don't have to join to buy through your link. Okay,
Okay.
they could just, like, you have an affiliate link, you can put that, you post it, they buy it, you earn. As long as you're active in the system, you will be able to earn 50% of everything that they purchase through your link.
Because I
Okay.
get confused. Like when I go to my main thing, like I see we have three links. We have one that says personal website sign up and customer sign up. So I never know like which one is it for someone that just wants to buy from me and they don't want to join, if that makes sense.
Right. You should always share your personal website. So
Personal website.
your
Okay.
personal website, because that's the link that's going to take them straight to the website.
Okay.
Okay. So that's gonna take them straight to the website. If you know somebody that actually has a specific item that you already know that they're asking you about, try to go into that item and share that through your website. You can share that, you can create like a wish list and give it to them so that they don't have to search through the website.
Oh.
So definitely join the call of learn your website, because then you can learn how to create the wish list. But if you go to your profile and you go to the menu, you're going to see that you have the option, you have wish list there, and then you can create different wish lists for everything, for everybody. Like
Mm,
what I would recommend if you're starting off, create your favorites list. Right.
okay.
So if you're doing, or create, like if you're doing your morning glow and you have all of the items from the morning glow, then create a wish list of that, so that if you are not looking to share your WhatsApp to bring them in, and you just want to share your list, I mean your link, then you can do that, and you can put them, send them straight there. So you can also measure who's coming in through your website directly.
Mm,
Okay, so if you have somebody, ideally, and this is kind of like a little like what we kind of recommend, is that you put your contact, like if you're doing it through social and you're doing it through, like, obviously if it's an ad then it's a different story. You will choose whatever works for you at that point in time. But the best way to get people in so that you can be able to explain it to them and not lose them in the internet, is if you put either your WhatsApp or your contact, so that they either DM you, and then that way you get their information. And then you go like, oh yeah, so we have this, that's, and then you can either upsell. But if you're doing a straightforward sales, uh just sales ad, then you can just create your wish list, put it there. If they purchase, they don't have to join or anything. They can cash out, they can check out as a guest, and then that will give you your 50%. Okay. So yeah, and that will count as your PV, because that's your business. So that's your personal volume. Your GV is your personal volume plus your team's volume. All right. So when we're talking about PV, as long as you have that 125, you can get that 125 through your sales too. So you don't always have to have that 125 as a personal purchase or consumption. Okay. So yeah, you're on mute. I don't know if you were saying something else.
oh, thank you so much. I appreciate
Oh,
it.
you're welcome. All right. So now let's move on. Let's moving forward with the slides. How do you reach your 3%? So just to go and just kickstart it all, your requirement, just to understand, when we saw it on the table, we saw that the requirement for the 3% is 200 points, right? So if you have 125 points and you invite two people to your team, and they start with 125 points, let's say you sold them one of the starter kits that are 149, right? That's even going to be more than 125 points. That's going to be 139 points. So if you it's 130, no, it's 100, yeah, it's 139 points. So if you actually have two people, you invite two people, then you will already be at that 200 point level, and you will already have the ability to earn that 3%. Remember, this is on top of your sales, on top of your PV. Okay? So I mean, I'm sorry, on top of your commission and your direct sales. Okay? We're talking about net residual income here. All right. So with the two people that you invite, you're going to have approximately 375 points. And this is when you're already going to be generating commissions. Okay. Very straightforward in that sense. Um, Something that I like to say is, first thing, once you start your business and you start inviting people to join, first question you're going to ask them after they've signed up with you is to tell you, or to you ask them the question, who are the three people that you would like to work with? And those are going to be their first three business partners. Okay. And that's when they're going to start to see, because whether it's through having them join the business or through sales, they're going to start to see the benefit of the business immediately. And that's what you want when you start. That's why right now we're teaching you how to do that, right? So this is how you get to 3%. To move on to get to 6%, the requirement is 400 points. So this is an example. You invite three people at 125 points each will accumulate 500 points. You have your first small team, and you will be earning 6% of the volume that they generate. Okay. Same thing with 9%. How to reach 9%? You like this business is all about it's all about multiplying, right? If you ask each person that you invite into your business, you show them how to invite the same amount of people. You ask them to invite three people, then it just multiplies. It multiplies and multiplies, and that's how you grow. Okay. So to reach 9%, you would need three people at different like we have a different example here where we're using three different types because not everybody's going to be at the same points level. So this is just a different scenario. The key thing is that for you, when you think about your business, think about how many points you want to reach and then split it by how many people you how many people do I need in order to reach these points, right? And when you once you have your team already and you're trying to reach a goal. Remember, you don't have to do it alone. You have a team. So you split it by everybody in your team and you're like, okay, so if each person generates this, then I'm going to reach the 9%. You show them how to reach their 9%, and then that's how your business grows exponentially. Okay? Definitely let me know on the chat if anything doesn't make sense. Okay? So how to reach your 12%? Same process here, right? If you have three people, one with 300 points, two with 250, and each of them have oh, something smells like burning. Sorry, guys. And each one of them has or invites two people at 100 with 125 points each. Then you would have reached 1,000 points, and this is when your business starts to have a structure. And you will be at 12%. You will be earning 12% of those 1,000 points. Guys, you start to see it grow. Again, this is on top of your sales. Okay. Now, once you go beyond and you make it to 25%, you reach that director level. And how is a director built? Okay. To reach the director, you need 5,000 group volume points. Okay. And the most important thing is that at this point, you are a leader and you're going to be developing leaders. Okay. So at your director level, there's many different ways you can do this, right? But this is right here as an example. You will have a leader that has 12%. Well, you'll have two leaders at 12%, two leaders at 9%, and one leader at 6%. Each of them are going to have their own structure. Remember, we talked about the different examples here. To get to 6%, that's that structure here. It can definitely look differently, but we're using the same examples that we used in the previous slides so that you understand, right? So if you teach them, you show them how to invite two people, and then they each invite two people, then you'll be at the different levels, right? So it all multiplies, and this will get you to your 5,000 points when you have only 125 personal volume points. You see how you didn't do it alone and you would be able to make it to director. And that means, guys, when you have 5,000 points, that means that you did over $10,000 in sales if you did it through sales only. Okay. And if you did it through just, remember that when you're inviting people into your team, you're not making the 50% commission because they're coming into the business and they're also making that 50 they're also purchasing at 50% discount, but you are earning that residual income. Okay. So just so that everything is super clear. Now, the perfect visual to explain the residual income is you invite five people, and those five people, guys, if you hold on 1 second, there's like a burning smell here. Can you pause the recording for 1 second? I just want to go check. I want to put myself on mute. I'm so sorry, guys. I'll be right. Okay, guys, I apologize. It's just like there was a smell of smoke, and I wanted to make sure that everything is okay. All right, guys. So continuing, the perfect visual to explain the residual income is really if you invite five people and those five people invite five, your organization is just going to grow naturally, right? Because, you know, you plus five is going to be 25, and then if it turns 25 and each of those invite five, it will be 125 people selling. You're going to earn residual income, and that just means that your organization grows. Okay, here's another visual of that. The exponential growth. One person brings five people in. Those five each bring five. Those 25, it turns into 25. Those 25 each bring five to make 125, and so on. And then all of a sudden you're gonna have, once you reach to 625, each bring five, you're gonna have an organization of 3,125 people, and forget about it. At that point, you will see how much you have unlocked in terms of benefits, in terms of income, and this is why this business can grow so fast, because the growth is really exponential. Now, the key thing to understand about the business is really that we're not here to reinvent the wheel. The wheel is right there, it's in front of you. It's very simple. The system is really you invite, you present, you close, you train, and you duplicate. No need to go beyond that. It really is like, while this wheel keeps turning, your business grows. Because if you invite somebody to to let's say a coffee chat, or a coffee meeting, right? Like you want to do like a little meeting, you're going to share with them your experience with the products. You're gonna present your business. The minute that they become interested, you're gonna close them. You're gonna close that business. You're gonna make your sale, or you're gonna sign them up. Once they're signed up, you're going to train them. You're going to teach them how to do the same thing that you just did with them. And then they're going to repeat, and you're going to duplicate, and you're going to go in a circle. And it sounds, it really is what it is. It's a circle. You invite, you present, you close, you train. The more you do it, the more experience you get, the more you grow, the more it's definitely not linear. It's going to be, the more people you reach out to, the more people, the more you expose yourself, the more reach that you get, the more your business is going to grow. But it really all comes down to invite, present, close, train, and duplicate. And I'm sorry that I repeat myself a lot, but it's because this needs to be ingrained in your system, because this is the system that works, and there's no need to go elsewhere. How does Pharmacy Party work? Is there like a bundle we can buy to offer there? We'll use our own products. I'm new. All right. So I'm not going to lie, I'm not super familiar with the Pharmacy Party, because I don't know. Let me just say I don't know much about the Pharmacy Party. So, but I would say, if you want to do, is there a bundle we can buy? Yeah, no, I'm totally honest with that. I haven't really done the pharmacy parties. I know they've done them in the past and they worked. We haven't done them as much at the Revolution, but you know what? For the next call, I'm gonna find out what it's about, or how it really works. I never really um aligned with it, I want to say, or I wasn't really super piqued by it, that I didn't try to do it. I kind of do other things. I like to do my own social events and stuff like that, so I haven't really done that. But we do have a new feature in the website, which I'm dying to try, is the Pharmacy Live. So you do have now the ability to to go live. And just like you sell, just like you see on TikTok live, now they're selling on TikTok, you can go ahead and you kind of set it up. You share your link and people will buy directly from you while you're promoting your favorite products, and they'll go straight into your link and they'll buy directly. Yeah, definitely check it out. You do have wait. So for that, you do have to be a director and above right now. I don't know if they're going to open it up to the to BIs, but because it's in the initial stage, you have to become a director. But once you reach that level, it's gonna be super cool. But you can still utilize the social media to do your lives also. Like you can sell on Instagram. Um, we're not officially able to sell on TikTok Live, but we have trainings that where we can show you how to expose yourself and how to do lives there that actually lead to business on TikTok Live. So now thinking about your first steps, okay? First, really important step is really you have to use the product. You have to be the product of your products. I would not be able to sell or recommend something that I haven't tried. And to be completely honest, I've been in this country for over 20 years. Network marketing has come to me in many shapes or forms, and I've always said no to it. I was very skeptical. I always thought it was the ultimate scam, and it was because I was ignorant. I didn't know about it. But once, and there's a reason why I'm going with the story is because I was looking for skincare, and I came across pharmacy, and I saw it online. I was like, oh wait, let me see. I needed skincare, and then I saw the nobody recruited me. I saw a call. I heard about a call, an opportunity call, and just like many of you may have done, I joined the call, and I was like, let me see. There was nothing to lose. I decided to try the product and join because I was going to get the product at a discount. And I tried it and I loved it. After I tried the product is when I decided to join the business. Okay. Because I joined for the discount and then I stayed for the opportunity. So unless you try the products and you become a product of your product, then like that's only going to make your experience better. That's only going to make your experience an honest one to share with everybody around you. And people will connect with you for like to do business with you, right? They're not going to do business with somebody who's just like, oh, you know what? I joined this business. It's really cool. I have these awesome products, but you've never tried them. So you really don't know what they're about. You really haven't really had the experience. You haven't felt them. You don't know what the texture is like, or you haven't like today. This right here was my meal replacement. I'm on a mission, guys. I'm going to Puerto Rico in a couple weeks. I need to lose. I need to lose. I just need to lose. um, so, so you have to be a product of your products. Okay. And then you start recommending them. You share your experience. You just share your experience, and it's going to start to happen naturally the more you do it. You have to do it all the time. Don't take things personally. Just share your honest experience, and that's really going to shine through. Decide which products to focus on, depending on your activities, where you go during the week, and the people that you talk to around you. Learn about them and then connect with them and share. Invite them to try the products. Always share the opportunity. Don't, especially the opportunity to earn that 50% discount, and to be able to start generating income. But if you just joined, I always say, this is me, this is my personal opinion. I always say share the product, sell it first, share them, have them try it, have them, and then when they like it, you can also say, hey, you know what? Next purchase, you will get the 50, I can give you my discount, 50% discount. And then you can also tell them about that business. All right. So either way, because it depends. Some customers are very like some people are reluctant to hearing about the business at once. Like, oh no, wait a second. What are you gonna show me? What are you gonna try to sell me? So sometimes if your focus is the product, sell the product, have them love it, and then invite them to the business. Okay. Everything, like, it just depends on how you connect. Find your way to connect with your audience. Okay. But always share it. It's always super cool because, like, for example, when I went to a birthday party on Sunday night and I was talking to a whole bunch of people, I'm not in there going like, hey guys, I have my business. No. But as I connected with people, I started to go like, oh yeah. When they asked you, what do you do? I'm like, oh, I work for a bank, but I also have my own business, my own beauty and wellness business. And they're like, oh, really? Like, let's connect, let's do this. And then all of a sudden, you know, you have a new contact. And the way that I do it is I share it. And I'm like, oh guys, oh yeah, I have my passion. I have a beauty and wellness business that I absolutely love. And they're like, really? So they hear that you love your business, you love what you're doing, they want to learn more. You're not pushing it down on them. They want to know about what you're doing. So that's a little tip right there. So everybody you talk to when you go to the gym, bring your paprika gel and then just, right before your class, dab a little bit of paprika gel and they're gonna be like, oh, what's that? And you're gonna be like, ooh, this is paprika gel. And you explain, you can tell them it's like something super clean. It's a Turkish product. It helps you with it helps tighten your skin, it helps with blood circulation, it helps with pain, it helps with whatever it is that you're using it for. And trust me, you start the connection. You're not going to sell it to them right then and there, but you're going to do this every single day. They're going to see and they're like, dude, I want one of those. And then they're going to end up buying from you. All right. Trust me, that's how it works. You just have to share it. You have to do it. You have to be bold. You're here for a business. You want to grow your business. You have to do it. Make your list of 50 contacts. Why? You just joined, just like Jeanette. You just joined. Make your list. Why? Because your business it starts with your circle, with the people that you first know. That's your practice. I'm going to call that your practice. Why? Because your circle is not the one that is going to sustain your business. And I want you to know that from the beginning. The goal here is for you to expose your business to the world. You're going to launch your business. You're going to get online and you're going to say, hey guys, I am launching my business. I'm so excited to share this with everybody. I'm going to have a call and I want you to join because I want to share everything about this amazing adventure that I'm embarking on. Okay. So you're going to make your list of 50 people. And you're going to invite all of them. All right. And then you want to make sure that at least 10 that you have your list of 50 contacts, but you're going to at least invite 10 to that first call. Because if you're going to do it in batches, you want to at least invite 10. Okay. And then you connect prospects to a presentation. So this is all breaking down what I just told you as a whole. You connect your prospects to the presentation and then you duplicate the process. Okay. So, if you don't have a presentation or if you're not comfortable presenting yet, remember we have opportunity calls. Leverage them. Tomorrow we're going to have an opportunity call at 8 o'clock as well. So, Jeanette, if you have prospects, invite them to tomorrow's call, and that way they will learn about the business from us, and and then all you have to do is follow up with them. Follow up with them. Hey, what did you think about it? Want to join on this adventure? We could do this together, and da 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 da. You know.
Okay.
And that way you have somebody that will partner up with you. But utilize
Thank
the
you.
tools that you have, right? So that's the key. That's why we have this system the entire week. Okay. And the more you do that, you'll learn to present your own business. Right. So that's why it's important to be on all of these calls. So your task this week, in summary, you're going to have your list of 50 people. You're going to invite at least 10 prospects. You're going to bring at least 5 people to an online business presentation call. So try to get at least 5 people tomorrow and get your first business partner. Okay. To me, is if you just joined, think of those 5 people that you want to work with, that you would love to have them, and go and share this with the excitement that you joined. Share it with them. And like, dude, I don't know what I got involved in, but I am really excited and I want you. I think that you would be amazing. Let's do this together. And then show them, invite them. Okay. The worst that can happen is that they'll say no, and then that's it. I mean, guys, one thing I'm going to tell you again, I'm going to repeat it, is that your immediate circle is not going to be the circle that is going to sustain your business. You want exposure. You want everybody. Your immediate circle is your practice, and you're going to go straight to them, and you're going to have them support you, and that's where you're going to do your. That's where you're going to, because it's easier to present to people that you know, right? Like you can just you share what you're doing, be bold, share about it, and then, you go from there. Directors are not the ones who know the most. They are the ones who believe more, who invite more, who develop more leaders, and who are consistent. Consistency is the key. The business rewards consistency. If you want to make or earn money like a business, then you have to work it like a business. If you want hobby money, then you get hobby money, right? I am going to be completely honest with you. I have a full-time job. I know what I want and what my goals are. I am building my business. So every waking hour outside of my job is for me to grow my business. This is for me, like, again, my passion, my purpose. I reconnected with my purpose when I joined this business. So I dedicated and I give it my all. So that next year when I go to Turkey, I go to Turkey and I'm no longer at my 9 to 5 or 8 to 8 usually. Um, I am actually doing and I'm actually meeting all of those making my dreams come true the way that I already am, because I already am making those dreams come true. I already am creating the options for my life in the same way that you're starting to create yours. I am like the beauty of this is that now you don't have to depend on only one income. You have something to supplement it, and that's how you start. But eventually you know that it's going, just as you grow, things are just going to be even better, right? So maybe today your business starts with only 125 points, but what you're really doing is you're starting to build. You're building your financial freedom, your freedom of time, your freedom to choose the life that you want. And you're not doing it alone. You're doing it with the revolution, with this organization that's providing all of the tools that you need for it. If you're bilingual, remember the sky is the limit. We are absolutely everywhere. And the revolution has an amazing system in Spanish as well. You have all of the tools. We have really great incentives. Take advantage of all the calls that we have during the week. Monday is our team call. Tuesday is our welcome onboarding call. Wednesday is the opportunity call. Thursday, we usually have uh, um, a special skills training, which is this week we're going to have a meta ads training, how to create ads to promote your content. Friday we usually have uh, learn like a call about to learn about the deals of the weekend, and also we have power hour to take advantage and make it happen. Guys, you have a business to build. Use your time in a smart way. Allocate your time efficiently, and even if it's 1 hour a day, if during that hour you use it 10 minutes to prospect. How can you prospect, guys? You can prospect by going on social media and likes, engaging with people of the industry, engage with people that you would like to prospect, right? First you engage, first you connect as a human being. You see their likes, their wants, you engage, and then you get into the conversation. Like 10 minutes of prospecting, 10 minutes of follow-up, 10 minutes of connecting with your team, 10 minutes of doing your own front line, 10 minutes of organizing your calendar. That's an hour there. And then use your weekends to plan your content, so that now we have social media is an amazing tool that allows you to get exposure to the world. Okay? So be consistent with your content, be consistent with your with your work, the work and the effort that you put into your business. And trust me, you're going to start to see it flourish. It's not going to happen from one day to the next. It's going to take time. Like anything, you're building something. Okay, this is not a get rich quick thing. This is a let's build a business that's going to be sustainable, and it's going to get us and take us to the next level. All right, you're not alone. You have the entire team to support you. Lean in on the chat. Drop your questions on the English chat team. This week, guys, everybody is in Turkey. All right, everybody went to Turkey or is on their way to Turkey to the Turkish experience. That's to all of the golden directors and above. They're heading over to Turkey. It's for the week, like it's this the next 2 weeks they're going to be gone, and then there's a whole bunch of other trips that are coming up. So there's going to be a lot of content online from the revolution. Use that, create the FOMO, use that to build your business. Connect with anything that you like, connect with yourself. Understand what your purpose, what your goals are. Right now, it's the beginning of the month. Jeanette and all of you that are new, set your goals today. Look at what you want to achieve by the end of the month. Split it into 4 weeks, and then from those 4 weeks, split it by day. If you already have a team, split it amongst your team. Use that. Use your numbers. Play with it. Pick your favorite product. See how many of those you would have to sell in order to reach your goal. Use be creative. All right, we're going to have a lot of calls that are going to give you a lot of a lot of tricks and tips, but these are like kind of the basics that you can use. So just think of your business as you would like this is your actual business. This is your franchise. This is what you're building. Think about your goals, write them down. The things that are written down, you know, for you become real and they stay in your brain, and then build a plan to reach those goals. All right. Guys, today your story begins. There's no limit to what you can build when you decide to believe in yourself. So I wish everybody a wonderful week. Um, Make sure you join the calls the rest of the week. Um, and if you have any questions, I'm gonna hang for another minute or so. If there's no questions, just drop and you remember of any questions, you can drop them on the English chat. Um, See you on another call from the Revolution, the English team in the Revolution. Very happy to have you guys and have a wonderful evening.